Yes, the lady that I just pulled.
Oh,
The Hu
do I
Tao.
spy a traveler and a Paimon? We were just talking
Yes,
about
you
you.
do.
This is more serendipitous than finding Mora after face planting on the road.
It's been too long.
A face
I'll
planting
bet you
on
have
the
some
road.
thrilling new tales from your journey to fill me in on. I can see it in your eyes. Excellent! I knew I could count on you.
What were you talking about before we got here? Something fun? Or something delicious?
We were talking
Death.
about one certain traveler and how two's company but three's a crowd as the inseparable duo tour around Tibet, making 4 friends here and 5 more there, often at 6s and 7s as they brave the lakes and seas, collecting pieces of 8 and countless other treasures. They clearly must have 9 lives. Wink, wink. Let's hope they have less than 10 deaths.
What the? It just gets worse and worse.
Shortly, you may attend a grand banquet at Stonegate. All will be dressed to the nines for majestic food and fine wines. And after 8 long drinks and 7 shorts, they'll each write 6 lines 5 times. You've been to all 4 corners of the world, so in 3 short seconds, can you guess from these 2 stanzas of 1 speech each what this event is about? It's not, though that does sound fun. Maybe we missed an opportunity. In fact, it's a
Then to
poetry
use those
gala,
better.
jointly hosted by representatives from both Mondstadt and Leland. Do you still remember the promise I made to the distinguished director Hu here during the Lantern Rite?
Oh, something about writing poetry together?
That's right. At the dinner table
Paimon,
that night, I
Paimon,
just
why dost
knew
thou
this young
fly?
bard was
Could
a
it be
rare
to put
talent
some
with
dirt in Hu
exceptional
Tao's eye?
taste. You know, it's rare to encounter such a kindred spirit. And now, I've finally seized the chance to collaborate. It took me much trekking across the land to petition Yujing Terrace and contact the Knights of Favonius, but eventually, in the spirit of friendship and poetry sharing, I managed to successfully organize the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala.
Bit of a weird name.
Liyue's poetry is known far and wide, and Mondstadt is the city of wine and
To
song.
the gala
With
do we
2
go.
nations teaming up, it'll be double the fun.
Best to
and a
not
great
be too
chance for
slow.
people from both places to get to know one another. Hu Tao and I will be the co-hosts for this poetry gala. Of course, I haven't studied the various forms and formalities of Liyue poetry
if
for
to the
very long,
gala
so
you arrive
please
late,
forgive my dreadful performance just now.
Terrible will be your fate.
Not at all, Venti. You followed my lead most excellently.
You flatter me.
Well, this sounds like fun. Let's get involved. Oh, Paimon, sure you'll be amazing. Remember that time
course,
in Liyue when
obviously.
Paimon gave you the first half of a couplet? Wind rises, winds never churn. You came up with the second half right away.
Obviously.
Oh, looks like someone's got a knack for this. Perhaps we'll have to raise the difficulty a little.
All right, so basically you guys are here to discuss the activities for the poetry gala, right?
I want to see if I can find this.
You applied first for the Defense Against the Dark Arts post, is that correct?
Yes.
But you were unsuccessful?
Obviously. What's so funny?
Obviously.
You applied first for the Defense Against the
Why is it
Dark
in
Arts post.
360p quality though? Like, who records or uploads stuff in potato quality? Honestly,
Looks like little Paimon's brain has gained a wrinkle or two. You guessed it so effortlessly, but you still guessed it wrong.
Huh? Wait, Paimon guessed wrong?
We came here hoping to invite a special guest.
I already told you. I'm not going.
yeah.
Xiao,
Never having penned a verse myself, how could I hope to judge the poetry of others? Besides, afflicted with karma as I am, the raucous atmosphere you are cultivating is precisely the kind which I must avoid, as you well know.
Hey now, there's a first time for everything, right? We all start from itsy bitsy spider, but give it a shot and you'll be wandering lonely as a cloud in no time. And you don't even have to join us in person if you really don't want to. You can just watch the party from a nearby mountaintop and cheer us on. But at least head down and take a look first. It's right by the inn, and there's plenty of fun activities to get involved with. It can't hurt to take a quick walk and check things out.
Besides, with the renowned traveler here, what is there to fear?
I'll consider it.
You better.
It's nearly time. Why don't you all head to the venue and take a look around? Quite a few of your friends should have arrived by now.
Yes, that's right. Venti and I still need to
but if
discuss
they
the poem for
didn't,
the opening ceremony.
we will hunt them
So,
down.
we'll catch up with you later. Plus, our Adeptus friend might need a bit more convincing. We'll see if we can coax him down.
Shenhe?
Gotcha!
Oh,
We'll be on our way
not
then!
Shenhe Adeptus? Is that right? Let's see. Is she an Adeptus? Or is she just raised by an Adeptus?
Guess where you're from.
Shenhe is
my
an ordinary
goodness.
human.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
But then there's the thing about the ropes.
All will be revealed in the next volume? Oh, drat.
Have the red ropes, yeah.
Let me guess where you're from.
Of her curse of calamity.
Howdy.
Homicidal urges and bring harm to those around her. Although they keep her curse mostly at bay, some of her aggression still persists. Huh. Okay, so she is a cursed human being. I see. It was a long time ago that I did that quest. I remembered the thing about the red ropes, though.
Wow, it's so lively! Didn't think there'd be so many people here already. And a lot of them are familiar faces! Let's go.
Well, look who's here.
Ah, these two losers.
This poetry fest seems to have attracted talent of the highest caliber.
Hey! Xingqiu and Changyun are here too!
I was actually heading into the mountains to train, but he accosted me on the way and dragged me here.
Yes.
Oh, how your
That's-
words wound me. Is it not the responsibility of an exorcist of Liyue to ensure that this celebration of friendship between our two nations stays free of evil spirits?
Like Hu Tao.
Besides, this is an excellent opportunity to meet heroes who have come from far and wide.
Hu Tao's gonna
Surely,
be dragging a
you
bunch
must
of
be
evil
curious
spirits
as
with
to
her,
how
I'm
that
sure.
heroine of Mondstadt was able to lift such heavy objects like they were but a feather.
Are you talking about Noelle? Yeah, she's super strong!
Oh? Well, since you are so well acquainted, could we trouble you to introduce us later?
Okay, fine. But don't forget to help me with my investigation like you promised. That's
Noelle
the
looks
only
a
reason
lot
I agreed to
older
come
than
at
what she's
all.
supposed to be.
Huh? What investigation?
Naturally, I could never forget such a thing. My word is my bond. Relax, dear Paimon. All will be revealed in time.
Okay. Mika! Noelle!
Oh, it's the Traveler in
Yeah, she
Paimon.
looks like she could easily be 18
Are you here
to
for the
20,
neighboring
maybe
nation's
even
congenial
21.
poetry gala as well?
You said that with a straight face? Is Paimon the only one who thinks it sounds weird?
Representatives? No. Nothing fancy like that. We were sent here by the Knights of Favonius to help maintain order
It's the
and
most
set up the
useless
venue.
character in the game.
But I didn't really do anything useful so far.
Yeah.
Noelle brought all
That's-
these tables
that's
and
pretty
chairs
useful.
here from Mondstadt by herself. She's a true knight.
Oh, no, that's just not true. Your efforts were indispensable. You selected the venue, drew up the layout, and so on.
Also, you're the true knight here. I'm still in training. If anything, I should be addressing you as Sir.
What? No. Please don't. Just keep calling me Mika.
Why does it feel like these two could keep
Call
this
him
up all day?
slave.
Anyway, Master Jane did say that as long as we keep on top of our work, we should take a look around while we're here and get involved in the poetry gala as much as we can. But I haven't written much poetry before, so I'm not sure if
Call
I'll
him
fit
down
in.
on your knees, slave.
I actually have the same concern.
Scrub the deck. No rest until you're done.
Yeah, plus, you won't be alone. We're joining too. The Traveler's a really good writer, you know.
Really? In that case, we'll try our best too.
Perhaps. The challenge of writing poetry is a rite of passage that all who wish to qualify as a knight must eventually face.
Actually, you think about it, isn't Mika supposed to be about the same age as Noelle? Like, she definitely looks older. She definitely looks older than Mika. Like, there's just zero question. 15 to 7. Yeah, he's supposedly, if anything, he's supposedly older than her. She's supposedly 15? Yeah. He's supposedly older than her. Huge doubts.
Paimon wouldn't go that far. But anyway, no backing out now. See you soon.
Sure. Maybe you can teach me a thing or two.
Oh,
Like,
Mika
who
beat me
looks
to it.
and
I was
acts
gonna ask for
older?
help too.
Like, honestly, between the two character models, which one looks older? Obviously Noelle. Between the two of them, which one acts older? Obviously Noelle. How is it that you're telling me that Mika is the older? It does not make sense. At all. It's like, no. Noelle, based on her character model, looks like 18 to 21, I would say. I would put her in that age range. She does not look 16. Or 15.
Body and mind.
Like, the youngest I would buy would be like 16. That's the youngest I would buy. Hoyo's trying to say, oh, 15? I don't buy that, Hoyo. Like, she does not look 15. She looks way freaking older than that.
Yayona! Traveler and Paimon? I didn't expect to see you here. Are you here to mix drinks? That's right. I was specially asked to attend this event on behalf of the Cat's Tail, and I'm also here as a mixologist representing the Mondstadt wine industry. You're representing Mondstadt's wine industry? Oh, you must be hating every minute of it. Of course I hate it! But it's also a perfect chance to destroy the reputation of Mondstadt's wine business once and for all! Opportunities like this don't come around every day, you know. Huh? How do you figure that? All I need to do is add some gross ingredients to the drinks, and I can create the most disgusting concoctions imaginable! Nobody will ever buy wine from Mondstadt again. Paimon thinks you'll end up getting the opposite result.
Yeah.
Huh, just you wait! I ain't about to mess this up. Are you gonna write some poetry with us too? Poetry? I've heard plenty of bards sing in the tavern before, but I've never tried writing any myself. You should join in! It'll be fun! Fine, if I have time.
You better. I'm honestly really glad that I have this big water bottle. It's nice not having to fill it up every 5 seconds.
Poems and melodies wandering the wind, wafting to pastures beyond their home.
Two greedy fishies struggling to swim. They ate so much that they're starting to groan.
That doesn't
Animal
mean-
crystal fly draped in gold robes, a bright little light from that glazed lantern glows.
Benches pinch the rice and scoot while the boars of the forest anxiously root.
Welcome, one and all, to this festival of poetry, jointly organized by Liyue and Mondstadt.
Or, in full, the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala. We're your hosts, Liyue's verse-monger of the darkest alleys, Hu Tao.
And Mondstadt's liquor-loving lyricist, Venti the Bard. The purpose of this event is to promote friendly poetic exchanges between our two nations. So please, have fun, talk to other people, and make some new friends.
If you're here, you're our guest, so please enjoy this poetry fest.
I'd also like to reassure everyone that this event welcomes people of all skill levels, from first-time rhymers to seasoned songwriters. If you ask me, the most important thing you can bring to writing poetry is authenticity. That means reaching deep down to all the thoughts and feelings you usually hide away or struggle to express, and putting them into words. Just right from the heart in whatever form you like.
To help everyone really cut loose and enjoy themselves to the fullest, Venti and I have carefully prepared 3 themes to be revealed over the course of 3 days. Let's get right to it. The first theme is Riddle Me This.
Solving riddles, huh? Interesting. It's actually a pretty good choice for a warm-up activity.
He's a perfect choice for this.
I'm glad they're not making us write sonnets or something right at the start.
Does everyone see the lanterns hanging around the venue? These have been
Xingqiu should
specially
have an
prepared
obvious
for the riddle
advantage
game.
over everyone. He's such a
Simply write down your
bookworm.
riddle and hang it on a lantern. Then Venti and I will select a few to pose to the crowd, and you will try to solve them. We'll now give you some time to write down and hang up your riddles. Feel free to walk around and talk with the other contestants to get the creative juices flowing. And remember, whoever guesses the most riddles correctly will get a prize.
And with that, the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala has officially begun.
Oh, let's see what's on this lantern.
Xingqiu is about the only
A
person
tender
here
sigh
who
for
makes a
home.
lot of sense.
How
Well,
far the
him
flowers
and Venti.
grow. A visitor asks me why. For a dream beyond the sky. Okay, someone from Liyue definitely wrote this one.
I just read that one too. Liyue's poems seem pretty difficult to grasp.
Dreams? Sky? Is it talking about some kind of bird?
So it means something like, this thing's really far from home. It's in a vast area, and it's flying really high. Is that it?
Oh, you're amazing, Paimon! Oh, it looks like I still
She's
have a lot
gotten
of learning
smarter.
to do.
It's nothing really. Once you've spent enough time in Liyue, you just sort of pick up on these things.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Back when I was out with the Grandmaster on the expedition, I started picking up some local customs without even realizing it.
But back to the riddle. We still haven't actually solved it. What could it be talking about?
Something that flies high and far. Oh, that makes me think of dandelions.
It's because you're from
Oh.
Mondstadt.
That makes sense. And Mondstadters believe that dandelions can carry your feelings on the wind.
But maybe we're missing something? It can't be that easy. After all, it's a riddle from Liyue. What would their equivalent of the dandelion be? If there even is one.
I know.
What do you think, Traveler?
What? No, I don't.
Great! Then we'll have one answer ready to go when the game begins.
Right, just like Venti said. As long as the interpretation makes sense and reflects our perception of the poem, then perhaps there are no wrong answers.
Well, no matter what the real answer is, the guessing's all a part of the fun. Let's go look at the next one.
Oh yes, I want to see if there's any Mondstadt-style riddles.
Did they forget about the Jade Chamber? Wait, why would it be dandelions? They're from Liyue.
This one says... Oh, this handwriting is just awful. piece at a time. The more you consume, the broader your mind. Oh, wow, Paimon's drooling from that one. Is there really a food that can make you smarter? Paimon's gotta try that.
Oh, Paimon. You have to look past the surface level meaning with riddles, or you'll fail to plumb their depths.
Huh? So have you got any ideas, Xingqiu?
Well...
Xingqiu just hung that riddle up a moment ago.
It's a book.
Oh, so this is Xingqiu's riddle! You know, Paimon was expecting you to write something a little more... elegant.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm surprised that he has very poor handwriting, being the bookworm that he is. You would think he would be the #1 contestant here.
This festival is about building friendship and mutual understanding. With so many friends from Mondstadt present, I thought I'd try writing something more accessible and less flowery, so that more people could enjoy it.
Hey,
Not the point of riddles.
So, buddy, does that mean you can tell your old pal Paimon the answer on the sly, or...?
Not a chance. You'll have to wait for the answer to be revealed, just like everyone else.
Ha! Meanie!
If that's how you feel, why don't you try and stump me with a riddle of your own?
Maybe Paimon will! We'll see who stumps who! Traveler, you'll help Paimon come up with a riddle, right? Ha! At least you're nice to Paimon!
Then I look forward to seeing the fruits of your literary labors.
Ha! Prepare to get stumped!
You'd think Xingqiu would come up with something better.
Even though Paimon said she'd write a riddle, Paimon really doesn't have any clue how. Let's start by reading a few more of other people's for inspiration. On 4 long legs, my slim body sits. I eat not a bite and drink not a sip. With a passionless face, I greet countless guests, whom I carry all day without needing to rest.
A chair.
Is this talking about some kind of animal? It's a chair!
Yeah.
Huh? Diona, how did you guess it so quickly? Wait, were you the one who wrote it? No, of course I didn't write it. The answer just popped into my head.
Yeah.
I'm always telling the cats in the tavern that the chairs get tired from working all the time, so they shouldn't use them to sharpen their claws. Oh,
And the cats listen to her, of course.
A riddle needs to have a bait and switch. Are you trying to write one? Yep, and thanks to you, Paimon's just thought of one.
Well, a Paimon riddle.
Maybe I should try to come up with one too. All right, Paimon's riddle is now hanging up. Diona, do you want to know the answer?
Don't just give someone over
no
the
need.
answer.
I don't really care about winning a prize. Oh, okay then. Well, looks like it's time to carry on with the event. We should regroup with the others. Sure, have fun.
Paimon. Paimon's the best. What time is it? Okay.
Hey, looks like everyone's about done mingling and riddling. Gather round and look this way. Venti and I have selected several riddles from everyone's contributions, and we added a few of our own to the mix for good measure. Shortly, we'll randomly select a few to read aloud. If your riddle gets selected, remember that you have to announce the correct answer at the end. Anyone who guesses correctly gets 1 point, and if nobody guesses correctly, the writer of the riddle gets a point. Sounds fair to me.
Of course, when the riddler reveals the right response, it only counts if everyone agrees that it's not too far-fetched.
That's right. Now, if there are no more questions, it's time to reveal the first riddle.
Hopefully they'll draw at least some that I can get. Oh no, does only the first person to solve it get the points? Ugh. That means I have to be first to raise my hand.
Please choose Paimon's riddle. Please choose Paimon's riddle.
Riddle number 1. Let me see here. Ugh. This riddle is, Especially the handwriting.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
very surprised by
four
that one.
Four corners, like a square pancake, but I'm stuffed and seasoned and carefully baked. Baked. I pass through the lips, one piece at a time. The more
It sounds like a book.
Consume. The broader your mind.
They drew Shinchos!
Better answer as quickly as you can. You don't want someone else beating you to it.
You... oh, brat! It's, pizza! The
No.
answer is pizza!
Pizza doesn't broaden the mind, it's not square.
Even without the author coming forward, I can confidently declare this answer wrong. I mean, how does eating pizza broaden your mind? And while I'm no expert in exotic dishes, if I'm not mistaken, pizza is
It can
round,
be square.
Is it not? Like mora meat?
But eating pizza makes you happy, and being happy makes it easier to face problems that need solving, so...
I don't think so,
Okay,
Paimon.
Paimon admits she may have jumped the gun on this one.
Maybe it's some other kind of food. No. Riddles are never that simple. And it
It's a
needs to be
book.
something that makes people more intelligent.
It's a book.
If Paimon had known it was gonna be
The part
this
about it
tough,
being
she'd
baked
have read
doesn't
more
make
books
sense,
in her
though.
time. What is it? Have you got it?
Books.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha! Bucks! The answer is bucks!
That was quicker than I expected. I was quite proud of that one.
Oh, it appears the riddle writer has announced the answer. Okay, 1 point to Paimon.
Huh? So the answer was bugs? Oh, how did I not get that? Come on, Nika. Concentrate.
I already guessed that one.
We're awesome at this! Oh, what Paimon meant to say was that you're awesome at this. Thanks for the point, Traveler.
On to riddle number 2.
I gotta get in there first this time.
First doesn't.
High above the wispy clouds, amidst the gloomy snow-filled shroud, standing alone on an icy stage, beneath it every lowly sage. Looks like a poem from Leela. Oh, it's...
It's not Dandelion.
I got it!
Looks like those two have some ideas. Could it be some kind of plant that lives in cold, high places?
It could be. It could be
Mika,
the
please
flower.
go ahead. As a full knight of Avonius, you represent all of us from
Could be that
Mondstadt
one
here.
flower from Leeway that Ganyu uses. I forget
no.
what it's called.
No, how
But it
could
could
I?
also be the.
It was you who thought of it first.
What do you call it?
You should be the one to guess.
Well, my answer isn't necessarily
place.
correct. Besides, it's first come, first served, and you beat me to it.
No, I didn't.
The Jade Chamber.
You were just
The
before
Jade
me.
Chamber would be my number one guess.
How gracious and considerate our fellow competitors are towards each other. A wonderful sight to see. How about both of you say your answer at the same time? If you're both right, you'll each get a point.
Oops, I didn't realize we'd made such a scene.
Oh, crud. I guess we dragged that out a bit. So, Noelle, what do you say?
Yes, let's. Our answer is...
Cecilia!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that certainly sounds
That's the
like a
name of
good
the flower.
candidate for the correct answer. A flower that blooms on the highest peaks and known for its exquisite beauty. The Cecilia is held by many Mondstadters to be the true Windblue. Although, since the writer hasn't yet come forward to announce the answer, this probably wasn't the answer they were looking for. Sorry.
Jade
Any
Chamber.
other answers?
Jade Chamber.
Oh, I can't believe I was wrong. Maybe it's a plant from Liyue.
It was a good guess, though.
Is the answer Qingxin? The poem does evoke a strong sense of quiet, proud solitude in a high place.
Correct. I wrote this one.
Oh.
Jingxin is the right answer.
Is that the flower?
No! Shinjo got it before Paimon could.
However, after listening to the host's
He's gonna be
description,
better at guessing
I
than he
do
is at
remember
writing
reading
poems.
about Cecilia flowers in a book once. They definitely fit
This
the
is the
description of
one
a pure
lady
flower
from
standing proudly and
Klee's
alone on high.
realm.
So, I'd like to approve the answer from our two friends from Mondstadt as well.
The Oceanid.
Really? Oh, thank you so much.
Well, since even the Riddler themselves agrees, all 3 contestants earn a point each.
That's a lot of points to be given out on one answer.
Shinjo's got up to Paimon already.
Well, the other 3 also caught up to you.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Moving now to our third riddle. Huh? Why is the handwriting so floaty? What's got
Floaty.
no wings but flies in the air, never gets tired of floating up there. So full of mora it comes out the nose, but in the sea, glug glug glug, down it goes.
That's Paimon's. They picked Paimon's riddle. Yay!
Wait, what? Floats in the air. What? Is it just water? I don't
What
know.
is it? Why isn't anyone guessing? Is Paimon's riddle too hard?
It could just be water.
That's not quite it. More like, it's so ludicrously simple that we just cannot believe it.
What? No way!
I think hers is probably the best,
Go
honestly.
on then, tell us the answer if you're so sure.
It might just be
The answer
water.
is Paimon.
What?
It's Paimon.
I don't think it is.
I was actually gonna say Paimon too.
Me too.
I mean, it would make sense, but I don't think so.
No! You're all completely wrong! How the heck did you all think the answer was Paimon?
Paimon, do you have wings behind your back?
No.
You're always floating, but you never seem to get tired of it.
And Paimon has a very healthy appetite, which must cost the traveler a lot of mora and meal expenses.
I've heard from the senior knights that the Traveler rescued Paimon by fishing her out of the sea. So, that means Paimon can't swim. So if she fell in the sea, then...
Glug, glug, glug. Wait. Now Paimon's doubting herself. What was the answer again? No! You're all wrong. The answer to Paimon's riddle is obviously the Jade Chamber! You know, the Jade Chamber that's always flying up there in the sky!
Oh.
Is that so? I still maintain that the riddle actually describes Paimon more accurately. In fact, if we just added 2 more lines to the poem, it would be the perfect riddle.
Huh? What do you want to add?
The traveler's companion and talkative guide, a praiseworthy presence always by their side.
Aw, do you mean it? Can we really add that part? You think so too? Okay, then Paimon would like to announce that the correct answer to the riddle is the widely adored Paimon!
Great! And with that, the widely adored
Paimon.
Paimon has gifted a point each to everyone who answered just now.
Guessing riddles is a lot of fun. And even though Paimon didn't manage to beat Shinto, Paimon still feels like she got a little smarter. Oh, didn't Changyu mention he was investigating something before? Let's go ask him about it.
Chang Yun's always investigating something, though. I think that's just a day in the life for him.
Hey, you two!
Oh? Hi,
I think
Paimon.
it's that way for everyone
You
in
know,
the paranormal
for a moment
field.
there,
They're
I
always
was worried I might
investigating
lose to
something
you.
or other.
Oh, are you collecting your prize right now?
I am indeed. Though, if you really want it, I'd be more than happy to give it to you.
Oh, he did win.
Seriously? Wow, what is it?
Why is there Mora randomly behind us?
A most generous donation by yours truly as director of the
a
Wang
body.
Sheng Funeral Parlor.
a
Namely,
body.
a buy one, get one free coupon for our high-end customized service package. It's a
Oh.
pleasant surprise to learn you're so interested in it, Paimon.
Nope, nuh-uh, no thank you, hard pass, you can keep it.
Are you sure? In that case, I'll gladly take it.
Here you are. Now remember, this package comes with our anytime, anywhere, on-demand collection service. Just give us a call and we'll be right there. With any luck, we'll still show up even if you're unable to call.
So, to what do we owe the honor, Paimon?
What do you mean, me? Chongyun's the one Paimon's looking for, not you. Wasn't he saying something about needing help?
Oh, yeah,
What?
that.
How about I put it in riddle form?
Huh? Isn't the competition over?
'Twas like a demon not demonic, or devil devoid of the diabolic. Afar it floated free above the ground, but when approached, though sought, naught could be found.
Spirit.
Sounds to me like you encountered a ghastly little ghosty in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps I should just explain it. Basically, while I was training this morning, I suddenly caught sight of a non-human entity. It was floating in the air without any kind of external aid, and its body was almost transparent. At first I thought I'd finally encountered a demon that wasn't repelled by my pure yang spirit, and immediately prepared to exorcise it. But none of my methods had any effect on it. And when I went to try and get a closer look at it, and tried to ascertain what I was dealing with, it disappeared into thin air.
You're sure it's not a ghost or spirit of some kind?
Quite sure. I could sense that it had a physical body, and if it were a spirit, I'm sure it would have been scared away long before I saw it.
Shao?
It's all my fault. I got overexcited, and in my haste, I didn't ascertain its true nature before taking action. Thinking back on it, if it wasn't an evil spirit, maybe I offended some kind of adeptus, or illuminated beast.
You shouldn't
think
blame
that's
yourself.
Shao.
It was something you'd never seen before. Anyone else would have reacted the same way. Besides, we're making up for it now by doing our best to find out the truth.
Any thoughts, Venti? Have you managed to untangle Chongyun's twisted tail?
Interesting.
Why don't you take a guess
Their
first,
voices
Yu Tao?
seem to be mainly on the center channel,
that
not
means
on
you
left
have.
and right channels.
I can't be absolutely certain, but I'm reasonably sure it's not what Liyue would call an evil spirit or demon. So whatever it is, it's not dangerous. How about this?
There's just
We
more
can
randomly
incorporate a
behind
search
this.
element into tomorrow's poetry activity.
Oh, does that mean we get to play outside while we write poetry?
Probably.
Close, but no. Good ideas
Why would it
could
not
just
be
pop
outside?
into your head out of thin air, but if you ask me, everyone should relax tonight and get a good rest before tomorrow.
You say that, but your gaze keeps drifting over towards the wine stand. Wow, everyone got here so early.
The sun is shining bright today.
Yes,
As
it
soon
is.
as that leaf floats past Stonegate, we shall reveal today's poetry theme.
The theme of the second day of the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala is pairing couplets.
Oh?
Pairing couplets. Oh, I've heard of that. It's a Liyue art form where you have to create new lines of poetry based on fixed rules. Kind of like a fill-in-the-blanks game, but for poetry.
Heaven and earth, rain and wind, the endless sky in the boundless land, forest boars and ocean shrimp, lavender melons and matsutake shrooms. Based on a given line of poetry, you must create the second line to form a pair, or couplet. As long as you take inspiration from the wide world around you, you'll find it's not so difficult after all. The
I'm
two
surprised
lines
that
should be
Xingqiu's
neatly matched,
handwriting is so
complementing
horrible.
each other both semantically and rhythmically. In essence, it's just like most other forms of poetry.
To buoy your imaginations and allow the winds of inspiration to fill your sails, we've added an additional component. an inspiration walk.
An inspiration walk?
By inspiration walk, we simply mean wandering around in the wild, taking in the scenery, and pocketing any poetic thoughts. Of course, to all our friends, old and new, please be careful while out and about. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is already fully booked for the month ahead, and if there's any more demand, I'll be the only one with a smile on my face.
In short, please roam freely as the mood takes you. Enjoy the spectacular scenery of our two beautiful nations, and fill your imaginations with the most pleasing of poetry. We will all reconvene here tonight. Traveler, can you round up Xingqiu, Chongyun, and the Mondstadt contingent? I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh, is it that thing from yesterday?
No problemo.
Thanks. I'm counting on you.
Of course you are. You're always counting on me.
So, we hope that each of you can keep an eye out for this while you're out on your inspiration walk.
Are you sure this is okay? It was just something I ran into.
It's okay.
And now we're imposing my business on everyone else.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
please
such
don't
an
say that, Mr.
inconvenience.
Chongyun. Master Jean ordered us to work with you however
He's
we can
ordered
to
us
improve cooperation. Helping each other out is exactly what we're here for.
Besides, investigating any strange occurrences near Mondstadt and making a report to the Knights of Avonius is also part of our job.
I don't mind
Yeah.
either, because while we're out, I can look for new cocktail ingredients too. Just think of it like an outing with friends. It'll be fun.
The way I see it, you should just humbly accept their willingness to help.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, thank you all very much. I will be sure to repay your kindness someday.
You better.
Now, how about we split into two groups for the day?
You mean to cover more ground?
Not just that. Don't forget, this is still part of the Poetry Gala. If we all see the same sights and sounds during our inspiration walk, how can we write unique poems?
That's true. But how do we decide who goes in which group?
Why don't we draw lots?
Yeah! That'll make things even more fun.
Drawing lots? But what if I end up with the Liyue crowd, and I can't think of anything to say to them?
I've got the slips of paper here. Who wants to go first?
Oh, Paimon! Paimon wants to go first.
Okay, so that's the Traveler, Paimon, Diona, and Chongyun in one group, and Xingqiu, Mika, and Noelle in the other.
What a relief. At least I'll have Noelle with me.
Then I humbly place myself at your instruction.
Oh, I don't think... that won't be...
I also await your guidance.
Take care, everyone. See you all tonight.
I'm betting there will be enemies.
Did anyone forget to bring anything? If not, then let's get going. Dun, 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 dun. Come on.
Wow. Are those ears and tail real?
Yes,
So fluffy.
indeed.
All right. Miss Diona, is there some place in particular you would like to go?
Just call me Diona. Since we're trying to find that thing you saw, why don't we start with the place you saw it last time?
Sure. Then, everyone, follow me.
It was him.
Right over there, next to the water. That's where I saw it. But it was a little foggy at the time, so I didn't get a clear look.
It was Shao.
The view from here is great, but there's kind of a gloomy atmosphere around here. Is this the kind of place you like to take a walk?
I wasn't taking a walk. I come here to train.
Yes.
Train? Like how knights train for combat?
It's a bit different. As an exorcist of Liyue, my training involves practicing techniques for the exorcism of evil spirits.
Exorcism?
I've always wanted to demonstrate the power of exorcism, but
The power
it's a
of the
pity.
dark
I've
side
never
of the
actually
Force.
gotten the chance.
Chongyun is 1 in a million. He has pure yang spirit, so as soon as he gets close, evil spirits run and hide. Huh? Isn't that a good thing?
It's awful. Have you ever heard of an exorcist that's never seen an evil spirit? A lot of people think I'm a fraud because of this condition of mine.
Your physical constitution is far rarer than the techniques still passed down by exorcists today. You should treasure it.
Conqueror of Demons.
Is that a friend of yours? Yep, this is Xiao, an Adeptus of Liyue.
An Adeptus? Wow, I've never seen one of those before.
Hello, Mr. Adeptus?
Just call me Shao.
So, are you here to train too? Or are you out for an inspiration walk?
When I heard about the Exorcist's encounter, my suspicions were roused. That's why I'm here.
I'm thinking he
I've
saw
already
you.
informed the owner of the inn. If you see anything out of the ordinary, return immediately and leave it to me.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to drag even the Conqueror of Demons into this.
I have already patrolled the area and found nothing amiss. Either the anomaly you encountered was no evil spirit, or perhaps it already left.
I guess that means we came all this way for nothing.
If there's no other business, I'll be taking my leave now.
Yeah, you should come. There's no one else around here anyway, so you don't need to worry.
But
I would also be honored if you joined us, Adeptus Shao. It is a rare opportunity, and I have many questions about exorcising evil spirits that I would like to ask you.
fine.
Seems like this Adeptus is pretty shy. Or maybe all the
I don't
Adepti in
think
Liyue
shy.
are like this.
I don't think shy is the correct word.
Yay!
What? When did this become my team?
Hey,
Now that Adeptus Shao is joining us,
Lana
if
Gray,
anyone's
how's
team
it
leader,
going?
it should be...
Don't overthink it. Diona.
What brings
didn't
you
say
here?
wanted to find some new ingredients?
Why are you
I don't
Poro
get to come to Liyue very
Sadamoji?
often, so I want to gather some new ingredients while I'm here. I've heard that Liyue's Jueyun chilies can set your throat on fire. Is that true?
Yeah.
I'm gonna mix them into my drinks and give it a try.
Oh no. What's up?
Julian chilies. I'm not sure that would taste very good.
Really? Perfect! Let's go pick a whole bunch of them.
What the...
Deep scrolling on Twitch brings me here.
As
Oh
well
yes.
as Jueyun chilies, I also need some slime condensate or loach pearls.
Oh, do I have to hit this thing?
Are those really fit for human consumption? This is starting to sound like something Shangling would make.
Interesting. Now we have a party of only the Jay and Chili's. Okay, there's one. Oh. She's gonna be good for this, honestly.
Think you can bully me? Scratch. Okay, this
Then I
should
read
be
the rules
enough.
of the chat and now sad.
Diona, you
Yes,
seem
I've
really
had
committed
many,
to
many
making
artwork,
alcoholic drinks
offers.
available to people
I've had
of
like
all
a good
tastes.
30 of them since I started.
No, never.
Thank you for the follow.
hate alcohol. When
You
grown-ups
can join
drink
our
too much,
Discord
they get
if you
that
want. Let me
stupid drunk
see.
look on their faces, can't speak clearly, and don't even respond properly. Sometimes they just sleep on the floor all night. Alcohol is the root of all kinds of evil.
Yes, Diana is correct. Let me see. Because I know that the link that I put on the bot expired, even though I set it to never expire. So I had to copy the Discord link myself. But you can join our Discord.
So, I'm on a mission to mix the most disgusting drink in the whole world
Don't
and
know
show
where that
everyone
bug
just
came
how
from.
awful alcohol really is.
Yeah.
Nothing can stand in my way. If it means coming out to Liyue every day to pick fresh Jueyun chilies, then so be it.
Is it really
Yes, I
worth all that
can.
effort?
Let me see. Let me... follow. Okay, yep, you should be followed now. Oops. Can I get this thing to go away? please? I have no need of the window now, thank you.
Yeah, because all my previous efforts have failed. Those stinking booze hounds not only haven't woken up to the truth of how bad alcohol is, they even keep praising my drinks. It makes me furious!
I mean, to be fair, most alcohol tastes pretty disgusting, honestly.
But how is that possible? If this is the kind of stuff you're throwing into their drinks, it must taste absolutely vile. Surely.
Nope. She has special powers.
Be a liar. Well, if you
Aw,
don't believe me,
hearts.
I'll
Yes,
fix you a
hearts.
drink right now. Then you'll see.
No need.
Just you wait.
Oh no. Is she really going to add those Jueyun chilies?
Yes,
If her
she
claims
is.
are true, perhaps she too possesses a unique constitution of some kind.
I don't see how it could have anything to do with her. Unless she's under the influence of some kind of power?
It's kind of her
Maybe an evil
special
spirit.
power to mix
No.
everything to taste
I
good.
sense no trace of the demonic in her. Although there are traces of something else. Something rather special. In Liyue, we might say this child has adeptal affinity.
Interesting.
It's ready. Here, I made one for Xiao
I
too.
know it's kind of like a special power of hers. I don't know exactly how they
Oh
describe
boy.
it.
Look at that color. Yep. She definitely added Jueyun chilies.
And I'm betting it's gonna
What's
taste
wrong?
amazing despite
You're
it.
not allergic to anything, are you? Don't worry, there isn't even any alcohol in it. It's a slime condensate base with a seasoning of Jueyun chilies and finished with frog legs.
Anything that she adds,
Surely
no matter how
there's no
disgusting it
way
is,
this
ends up
can
turning out
possibly
good.
Taste good. Xiao downed it in a single gulp. Oh, great. If the Conqueror of Demons drank it, it'd be rude of me to refuse. Oh.
I'm betting it's gonna taste
Onion
good.
drank his too. Is he gonna be okay?
I bet he will.
This drink is...
Delicious!
Yeah, I told you.
It does have a touch of Jueyun chili, but it isn't at all overpowering. It's completely different from Xiangling's cooking or those drinks Xingqiu makes to mess with me. It's crisp and refreshing, with just a hint of numbness, and the Jueyun chili flavor combines with the smooth but not slimy texture of the frog legs to form a heavenly mixture. And oh, the slimes! Can we talk about the slimes? Before this, I never knew that they had such a pure and herby taste, like fresh grass after the rain. The power and purity of nature distilled into a cup. Amazing! Simply unbelievable!
That's right. Slimes are absolutely sublime. Oh,
Anything is
I
sublime when
failed
Diona
again.
mixes.
Wait, what's gotten into Chongyun? He's been so quiet up until now.
He's probably figuring out what's up with her power of hers. I don't know. I don't think anyone really knows what's behind
I'm
it.
great, and I gotta try another.
Oh, I thought it
Diona,
was Xiao,
if you
though.
please, one more. Okay. I think I've calmed down a bit. I'm sorry. I can't believe I let you all see me like that.
It's fine. My fault for not checking your spice tolerance first. Oh, looks like this Pure Yang spirit isn't such a great thing to have after all.
Actually, before I drank it, I very much doubted what you said about your drinks.
Who'd have thought it? Diona and Chongyun are actually kind of similar.
I
Xiao?
suppose.
What's wrong?
Look over there.
Alright.
You mean the leaf?
Have a good day. I
Something's
hope
written on
everything
it.
goes well.
What? You can see that from over here? Oh yeah, or it'll get swept away!
Let's see.
There's a poem written on it. The Conqueror of Demons has truly amazing vision.
Let Paimon see!
The sky that night blossomed with flowers, the stars that night hummed like bees, in search of nectar and of dreams. And we that night were as the dew, under moonlight flowing like silken honey. Our words sweet as we sat by the spring. But I turned and left you alone, the poem in my heart left unspoken. And since then the stars do not twinkle, the moon is ice cold. I hide them neath the water, but your tears fall and find them.
It sounds like the author is writing about the first time they met their true love.
Although the following lines suggest that they didn't end up together.
Why write a poem on a fallen leaf? The flowing waters are ruthless. They carry the leaves away with the current. This poem would likely have vanished into the void had we not found it. It makes no sense to me.
It would be good to record it.
That's true. I've heard Xingqiu say something similar before. When there's things that you're unable to say, or just never had the chance to say before it was too late, if it can be put on paper, it can be expressed as poetry.
Is it kind of like wishing at a fountain? I used to do that sometimes when I was little. So, that means that our mystery poet was probably hoping that someone would read it, right? You think? Then, should we write a poem in reply?
But we don't know who wrote it. How can we reply?
Very
Why not
easily.
go upstream?
Upstream? Why?
The ink looks fresh. It can't have been written too long ago. This withered leaf floated down with the current. If we travel further upstream and drop a leaf into the same waters, it should be carried down past the original writer.
Cool! Aw, this is so romantic! Communicating with a mystery person using poems on fallen leaves! But how do we make sure that they'll receive it?
We can write extra copies and drop the leaves in different places. As they say, where there's a will, there's a way. Surely at least one of our leaves will find a path.
Either way, it's our only option.
Then let's make like a tree and head upstream!
Yeah, that's quite a ways upstream. Oh, how rude. Freaking bore.
Upstream, upstream, up we go! Oh, did you think of what to write yet?
Amidst the dark, fireflies aglow, pebbles unmoved by the stream's flow. If words yet remain and love holds to the last, against the world can the small stand fast. In honeyed moonlight may you once more bask.
Ooh, great! Now give it here, and Paimon will toss it into the water!
We'll toss Paimon into the water. See, I don't get why Paimon drowns in the water, why she can't just float above the water.
Things you never had the chance to say before it was too late. When silence is the final word, we mourn the loss of things unheard. I have little talent for, nor knowledge of poetry.
The leaf's in the water! Look, it's like a little boat! Merrily, merrily down the stream, life is but a dream.
We should probably pick up the pace. We still have a few more leaves to set afloat, and we need to get back before it gets dark.
Okay, let's go! Uh-huh. What's this? You two having a private chat?
No, it's nothing. I just hope this isn't all in vain.
The scenery here is quite beautiful. Let's pause here to seek some inspiration.
Should we set up camp? Oh, please wait a moment. I'll pitch the tent.
It's an inspiration walk. There's no need for all that.
Okay. Well, I'll conduct reconnaissance nearby to ensure this area is safe. and see if I can't scavenge any firewood or food while I'm at it.
I see
Wait.
ducks.
Reconnaissance?
It means survey the environment and plan our route forward. It's the foundation of all operations while out in the wild.
Are all inspiration walks in Mondstadt this complicated? They're acting like this
No.
is completely normal. Am I the weirdo here?
No.
In that case, I'll conduct reconnaissance with Mika.
Huh? Oh, okay then. Crumbs. Now I
Hey,
have to try and
how's it
make
going,
small talk.
Tomoko?
Should I mention
Or
the scenery?
Domko?
The weather?
Very well. Then leave the camp to me.
Word.
With this wood and the food I brought along, we can definitely put together a decent lunch.
You've got quite a knack at wilderness survival. I'll give you that.
Thanks. I was on an expedition with the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius for a while, not too long ago. I was in charge of surveying and mapping.
Oh? You sound like a character from an adventure novel. Charging across the world, sword in hand.
What? No, I'm nowhere near as amazing as all that. If I really run into a powerful enemy, I always leave it for someone stronger to deal with.
You're too modest, Mika. A hero is measured not by the blood on his sword, but by what's in his heart. As long as
Nah,
a
the
righteous
blood on
heart
his
that
sword.
yearns to aid others beats within your chest, no matter where you go, or what you have achieved, you may be called a hero.
That all sounded pretty profound. Oh, I've never even thought about any of that before.
Hello?
Because he is simple
Are you
of mind.
okay? Maybe we should return, lest Noelle be forced to wait on us.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, one thing I was thinking would be fun to do. Oh, I can just kill him. It's foul. Foul play. One thing I was thinking of doing would be to just
You're back.
troll
Did everything go
all of
smoothly?
the monsters
Do you
in
need a
Monst-
cloth to wipe the sweat from your brow?
Just troll everything by doing like Hydra and Cryo, like Xingqiu and Kaya. Just two characters and just freeze everything. It would be so much fun, honestly. Like those two, the synergy between just those two alone is crazy. There are so many like character duos in Genshin Impact that would be so good for a lot of free-to-play people. Like Zhongling, honestly, like even just Zhongling and Xingqiu could delete pretty much everything in the game with ease.
No need, thanks. All clear. There's no danger in the vicinity. Noelle, your cooking is amazing. Every single dish is so tasty.
Truly astounding. I never imagined it was possible to enjoy such a satisfying meal in the great outdoors.
Really? Then what do you usually eat when you're out on an inspiration walk?
Oh, well, since I usually sneak out from home,
Toads.
I just grab some dried snacks to take with me. Add in whatever fruit I pick along the way, and that's my lunch.
By sneaking out, you mean running away from home?
That's right. Or sometimes I'll tell a cover story like, I'm going out to take care of business.
But if you get caught, won't you get disciplined?
Maybe.
So, just don't get caught.
Yeah.
Anyway, did anything interesting come up while you were out scouting?
Well, Xingqiu and I talked about
Noelle's
what it
too
means to
pure
be a
of heart
hero.
for that.
Now that I think about it, by Xingqiu's definition, you should be considered a hero too, Noelle.
Yeah.
Huh? Me?
You're always happy to help everyone in the Knights of Favonius. Not only that, but whenever we're out training, you help out the citizens of Mondstadt. Oh, remember that time when a giant boulder was blocking the road? You cut it in two with
She
a
is
single
amazing
blow.
waifu material.
Oh?
Indeed.
Sounds like she has both a heroic spirit and incredible martial prowess.
Don't. Oh, please don't praise me like that. We should talk about what we came here to do. Finding inspiration.
Miss Hu Tao said something about pocketing our poetic
Honestly, she might
thoughts.
be some of the best waifu material
But
in all
so
of
far,
Genshin
all we've
Impact.
done is gather some firewood and cook lunch.
Especially with her capabilities.
I have no
cooking
idea
and
what to
such.
write.
You can write about anything. Looking at Cor Lapis, one can't help but wonder if one's own heart is as bright and clear as jade. Observing silk, so bright and beautiful, one pauses to consider whether it ever feels the sadness and sorrow that humans do.
So we have to connect our internal world with the external one?
Exactly. But that's just one of many possible methods. Perhaps you might gaze out at the bridge in the distance and see a woman leaning on the railing, looking as if her heart is laden by sorrows that even the rushing waters below cannot wash away.
Huh? Wait! I saw her at the gala yesterday. She wrote one of the riddles we answered. Why don't we go say hi?
She is Oceanid. An axolotl? That was not a loach, that was
Time
an
to act.
axolotl. I know an axolotl when I see one.
Hello, ma'am. How fortuitous it is that we meet again.
Hello. Are you here on your inspiration walk too?
Yes. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Xingqiu, and this is Noelle and Mika.
Thank you for accepting our answer to your riddle yesterday.
Oh, don't mention it. It's all in good fun. I'm Kelly Roe.
So, Miss Caliroe, are you from Fontaine?
That's right. I was
She is?
traveling in the area and just happened to see
She
there was a
looks like
poetry
the
event being
one,
held at Stone Gate. It looked
lady
fun,
in the
so I thought I'd
Police
drop in.
Summer Festival
Your
thing,
riddle yesterday made
activity.
quite an impression on me. It was uniquely evocative.
Looks like the Oceanid
Have you studied
lady.
Liyue poetry before?
I haven't, actually. I've just picked up a few things here and there from chatting with people throughout my travels.
Amazing. So you're a natural poet.
We noticed you standing on the bridge from quite some distance away.
Some people
Are
are
you
just
drawing
smart and
poetic
figure out
inspiration
things
from the flowing current
themselves.
beneath your feet?
I haven't finished my poem yet. The water here was just so peaceful and calming. I stopped for a moment and lost myself in admiring it.
Well, since we're all here, why not head back with us to the venue for tonight's festivities?
Intelligent
It's
people
getting
can
late
figure
after
things
all.
out for themselves. They don't need to be told how to do things.
Are you sure?
We can walk and talk. Perhaps the mingling of ideas will give rise to new inspiration.
Well, I'd personally like to hear Miss Callie Roe's couplet. I'm sure I can learn something.
Well, if you're all in agreement, I've got no reason not to join you.
Woohoo! The first team is back, right on schedule.
Huh? The others have yet to return?
Come on! Let's hurry!
We're not too late, are we?
Nope.
Just how far did you all go?
Everyone catch your breath. Come on, deep breaths. 1, 2. Now, don't panic. The party hasn't started yet.
1, 4, 9, 16, 24,
Paimon's exhausted.
36, 49.
Paimon gets tired if she has to fly too fast. Oh, not to mention dropping all those leaves. Paimon's hands are cramping up. Huh. Sounds like someone needs to exercise more. Huh? You guys picked up a new teammate
I
while you
don't
were
get how
out?
floating is.
Indeed. This is Kelly
sounds
Roe.
to her.
I believe you'll remember her from yesterday, though you weren't introduced.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, but you're not the only ones who's called in reinforcements. Look who we got! Wait. Xiao? Where'd he go?
He vanished.
Xiao, come on out!
Now that we've all regrouped, let's... Scratch that. Looks like we're still waiting on my co-host.
Yeah, where is she?
They say roosters crow at first light, and finches go to bed at night. But Director Hu Tao's always on the ball. Anytime, anywhere, she'll answer your call.
Are the theatrics really necessary? We're already on day 2
Definitely
of the festival.
necessary.
The opening ceremony is over.
This is what makes Hu Tao Hu Tao.
My dear Paimon, it seems you are not yet aware. That was not for my own sake, but for a special guest who's joining us today.
Director Hu's manner is as exuberant as ever. It always makes quite an impression.
Oh boy! Now this
Hu Tao is a little
surprise.
bit crazy.
Mr. Zhongli, I hope you are well.
The theatrics are part
What
of
can
her
you tell me about Mr.
personality.
Zhongli? He seems like
She wouldn't
somebody
do the same
very
without it.
important.
Yes,
Yes, he
he's
is.
held in very high regard in Liyue Harbor. He's extremely erudite in many different domains of knowledge.
Allow me
Erudite.
to introduce
Ooh,
you all to
that's
Zhang
quite a
Li, a consultant at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. His expertise is limitless, stretching from the celestial orbs to the terrestrial ores, spanning modern and ancient culture, delving into literature both prosaic and poetic. He may be my subordinate, but he is certainly a qualified poetry expert, and so we have invited him here tonight to judge the compositions.
The director exaggerates. I am but vaguely acquainted with a few lines of classical poetry. Should you consider me to be remiss in my appraisal of your own compositions, please correct me.
Yeah, enough with the modesty already. If I didn't know better, I'd
That is a
say
good
you
word.
seemed nervous. Just focus on judging.
Please rest assured that I shall rise to the occasion, Director.
Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great! Equal numbers on both sides.
Huh? Are you counting me too?
Of course.
Okay, fine. But consider this a favor.
With our Fontaine friend present, perhaps we should rename this event to the Three Nations Congenial Poetry Gala. Also, I'm just noticing that Paimon should only count as a half teammate at most. That kind of puts Team Traveler at a bit of a disadvantage.
A half partner because of her intelligence.
Well, how about this? I'll join in as well. Director Hu Tao, here to help out in your hour of greatest need. What does everyone think?
Naturally, the more the merrier. Being the host of the festival shouldn't stop you from having the
Of
chance
course,
to
Mika's
enjoy it
not
like the rest of
exactly
us.
the brightest either, so I would
it's
say
settled.
even without her
Everyone
help,
else
our
in the
teams are about
audience,
evenly
feel
matched.
free to join in too and support your favorite team.
What about me? Shall I keep track of the score?
No need for that. The teams are just a formality. We're all friends here, and this isn't intended to be competitive. But what do you think, Judge Zhongli?
I concur, Director.
Grand
Moreover,
Judge.
it would be disingenuous to impose upon our friends from Mondstadt and Fontaine a competition in which they are judged on how rigorously they can adhere to Liyue poetic conventions. Since this is a congenial poetry gala, should we not begin with inspiration and finish with friendly conversation? The aim being for all participants to enjoy themselves.
That's a relief. I was so nervous about this, but it sounds like it's gonna be pretty relaxed.
Couldn't have asked for a better judge. Zhongli
Yeah.
said everything I was supposed to say, only far more eloquently. So, without further ado, I shall pass the baton to Venti.
No problem. Friends old and new, put on your thinking caps and take a deep breath of fresh air. The second stage of our poetry gala will now commence. Matching couplets.
Perhaps I could break the ice with a humble contribution to inspire others
Break
to share their
Mika's ice.
brilliance. Please listen to the first line in the couplet. Lounging in luxury inside a Shinue kiosk booth, delighting in countless contemporary tastes.
What? He managed to think of one already? Oh, he seems like a real expert at this.
Oh, he's a bookworm. He should be good.
Shinue Kiosk. Should that be paired with Lily Pavilion? Or are they too similar for a couplet? Oh, this is pretty difficult.
Shinue Kiosk. Contemporary tastes? I guess I should pair the modernity of their VIP dining experience with an emblem of the past. Ah! Maybe where I was training that one time. That was quite ancient. The weather was terrible that day. Okay, I got something. Surrounded by history, outside a Tianheng Pass pavilion, as lightning sets the boundless tenebrous skies ablaze.
Wow! Chongyun completed the couplet!
Shinue Kiosk is a renowned modern restaurant, while the mountain pass of Tianheng is a prominent historical landmark. These two iconic locations form a complementary pair. The imagery also contrasts rather well between the two halves of the couplet. One half describing a leisurely and comfortable indoor scene, the other portraying a hazardous outdoor scenario where there is no protection from the elements.
Huh? I was just describing what I experienced that day. I guess I just got lucky. Alright then. I guess I'll start the next couplet. Mind pines for Mingyun. Flesh confined to Qingce. Spirit striding high on Zheyun's clouds.
Oh, Chongyun, you dark horse. Looks like you came to play today.
This conjures the image of one with lofty aspirations, whose life is limited to a small town, but who awaits the opportunity to one day ascend above the clouds. The use of various locations for their symbolism is quite novel indeed.
Oh! Soul shines like jadestone, dressed in finest silkware. Lucent heart still beats within me now.
Wow, how did Noelle do that?
A superb line. It employs the metaphor of precious stone to describe one of noble and moral character, with a pure and clear heart. The symbolism in this case is centered around objects, truly the work of a skilled poet.
That was a commendable couplet.
All thanks to your guidance while we were out on our inspiration walk.
I'd like to start the next couplet. Up into the misty karst, down among the grassy marsh, all for lotus seed and bird egg soup.
Lotus seed and bird egg soup? What is it, Diona? Did you think of a second line for the couplet? No. Everyone's poems are so complicated. I need more time just to understand them. But when I heard lotus seed and bird egg soup, it made me think of berry and mint burst. Maybe because I mixed a similar drink recently.
North beyond the Starfell Lake. South across the windswept plains. Just for berries squeezed and mint infused.
No wonder everyone praises the Traveler so highly. You answered so quickly.
Both halves of this couplet require intimate knowledge of the terrain in question and the local plants that may be found there. The two of you are clearly both seasoned travelers.
Does this mean I helped?
Meowza.
Hey now, Zhongli. Don't just praise everything you hear. You should question and press them a bit. Don't worry about upsetting anyone. After all, I'm here to take the heat. Then allow me to try another. Qingxin has no heart. Still, it soothes the human heart.
Is she talking about the medicinal effects of Qingxin? This is a hard one to match.
Sweet dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
Sweet dream. Does that really match?
Since the suitability of the match has been queried, I shall act according to the director's wishes and ask you, What is the link between Sweet Dream and Qingxin?
Oh, you mean eating a delicious dessert before bed will make you sleep well, right? You're amazing!
Then I agree. The two halves of the couplet match. This point is well deserved.
Maybe.
Points for me, points for thee. This judge gives out points for free. But if you ask me, everyone's being a little too conventional so far. Let's push the envelope a little. Go nuts!
Oh? In that case, why don't you finish this one for me, Hu Tao? Round moon in the heavens, full moon at night. Celebrate with circle of friends.
Oh, square meals in the basement. Big bowls of rice, decorate with cuboids of meat.
Huh? What the?
Ah, we have ourselves a pedant's couplet. The two halves have no thematic connection, yet each word has its perfect parallel, meaning the two halves do form a cohesive whole. The strict pairings make this no easier to achieve than a thematically coherent couplet.
Blah, 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 blah. So verbose. Zhongli, just tell me if I got a point or not.
Of course you did. I presumed it went without saying.
Ahem. Through Cheongji, I walked 100 miles. At Guili, I ended my march. In Dihua, the silver grass grows in 2 styles, but horsetails don't trot out the marsh.
From vendors, I bought some 15 steaks. At dinner, I sizzled the lot. At pressure, the tenderloin cooks in 2 ticks, but 15 won't fit in the pot.
Huh?
So that's a pedant's couplet. Paimon thinks she can do that too. I thought of one. Wolf hooks can't hook Baron Bunny.
What?
Aw, that's a cute couplet.
Sweet flowers can't outsweet Sister Barbara.
Oh no.
Huh?
Now, that's the passion we like to see. Although, unfortunately, your response was technically 1 word too long.
In that case, Whopper flowers can't whop Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh, this Mondstadter's got talents.
I'm so relieved I at least managed to get one.
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of Clear Springs.
Wow, Noelle came up with another one! Come on, match the couplet. Paimon knows you can do it. Do you really think Paimon has what it takes? Fine, Paimon will give it a whirl. Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of Clear Springs. Seething in the pouring rain, sword of pain swipes at my foe, beating up the eye of the storm. What? Really?
Yes, very good. The image of challenging powerful foes in the harshest of conditions seemed to manifest before my eyes, and it was perfectly juxtaposed against the atmosphere of leisurely reading with a cup of freshly brewed tea.
Really? Maybe Paimon has a knack for this after all.
It appears that my services as a judge are no longer needed.
Paimon's so happy! Paimon managed to match a bunch of couplets at the end. You did hear them all, right?
I really enjoyed myself too. Oh, I never knew Liyue's
Paimon.
couplet poetry was so much fun.
You were amazing today, Noelle. You did so many couplets.
Indeed.
Paimon especially liked your one about reading Heart of
After
Clear
this, I'm gonna
Springs.
have to get ready for
Paimon
work.
never could have thought of that.
Miss Kelly Roy, are you okay? You look like you're getting tired.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Although, I do have a question I'd like to ask.
Nope, no
Have
questions for
all
you.
of you read Heart of Clear Springs?
I haven't actually read it.
My dad told me the story once. It's about a spring fairy and a young boy.
Oh, yes. The story of a spring fairy who left her homeland and met a boy under the moonlight in a faraway land. The boy poured out his heart to her, and she listened to his stories. Over time, the boy grew up and began to develop feelings for the spring fairy. But the spring fairy didn't understand human love and was afraid that making a promise to him would ultimately end in tragedy. And so, I don't know if Diona's father mentioned the part about the kiss to her.
In the end, the spring fairy left the boy and was never heard from again.
Oh, yes, that's it. Many years went by, and the boy became an old man. But he never stopped believing that the fairy was real, and not just a dream.
Sounds like a tragic tale.
So, what do you guys think of the spring fairy in the story?
I'm sure she made her decision with the best of intentions, but the boy couldn't hope to understand why she left. It's a shame that the misunderstanding never got cleared up.
Well, do you think she should go back and see that boy again, if she ever had another chance?
Now?
Is it Shao?
Isn't he an old man by the end of the story?
Isn't it a bit late? What if it just led to more regrets? Oh, sorry. Oh, maybe I'm being too pessimistic.
If Paimon was that boy... Actually, Paimon would definitely want to see the spring fairy again, no matter how old Paimon got. After all, she's the love of his life, right?
I see.
Oh? Looks like the party's still going strong over here. Are you coming up with more couplets? Need my help?
Stick to hosting, Tone Deaf Bard. If you get involved, you'll only match every couplet yourself and not leave any for the rest of us.
I never knew you had such a high opinion of my abilities, Paimon. But the couplet games are all over now. Tomorrow's theme is freestyle poetry.
Do we have to share our own poems with everyone?
Yes.
That's right. If you're not feeling confident, don't worry. It's never too late to register for Venti's Poetry Cram class.
I'll sign up.
Oh, me too.
Hold on there, Buster. Before you start peddling your classes, just how much freedom is there with this freestyle poetry exactly? Aren't there any requirements at all?
It's as free as the winds that blow. And there's nothing freer. There are no limits to genre, form, content, or anything else. So long as it comes from the heart, you're welcome to put it into poetry. Give it a try. There's no better chance to express your innermost thoughts.
Whoa, that's almost too much freedom. Paimon can't decide which way to go. Our travels, or maybe all the food that the travelers cooked for Paimon. Will you come too, Kelly Roy? Paimon wants to see what you
Paimon
write.
and food.
Oh, yes. I'll be there.
Ugh, my nose is starting to itch again. All right, I shall leave you to privately ponder your poems and bid you all good night. See you
Privately
tomorrow.
ponder our poems. Alright.